Welcome, everyone. This is Glenda Dawson. Just want to say thank you for being here, for joining us every week as we provide channeled messages and from the Council of Nine and other councils of light. Um, I did want to speak about that real quick. A lot of people have confusion over councils in general. These are set of entities that are trying to help us. They're not the same every single time. They're not assigned a job and that's it. They can be the same, they could be different. Council of Nine, there is a lot of the times different entities that could be angelic, could be galactic, could be anything that is of light, of positive light. And it's like all the other, the Council of Eight. Council of Eight is also another council. They have assigned, for most part, set members, but there's also 8 members that are assigned, and there's also one that's a leader. And I believe that that's where the confusion starts. There are 9 members of that council, just like the Council of Nine. But the difference is usually Council of Eight, there are assigned particular beings. The Council of Nine, they're not necessarily assigned. There are 9 members every single week or every single channeling session, but they continue to change from time to time. They may or may not necessarily be the same entities for lack of wording. And the reason they gave the wording council is so us humans and kind of get an idea of what they're about. They're like a board of directors, so to speak, and they try to give us direction in the right way so we could continue to ascend, so we could continue to evolve, so we could continue on the path that we set out to do in this lifetime. And they arrive every so often when humanity is in dire need of help. And oh boy, are we in dire need of help. We are in dire need of help to help us remember what we are, who we are, why we're here, and the fact that we are all one, no matter where from, what age, genders, nothing stands from differently from the part that we are all one. We are all connected. So every single week we try to channel what they give us. They give us coordinates so we can go and enjoy and heal further. Because by taking us to these places, they may hit on each one of us, each one of our members differently. And as we get there and we speak to them, or they speak to us, or through us, we learn more and evolve more. So I wanted to clarify that a little bit. And if you do not know, if you're joining us and you do not know how to go to set coordinates that are given to us, just close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, relax, and set the intention that you're going to join us. And let all your experiences be known. Just let them happen. Surrender to the process so then you can feel the love that we feel, the unity that we feel, that oneness that we feel, no matter where we go, and how healing these sessions are. We feel rejuvenated when we come out of it. We feel like a new leaf, like a new day, a bright, sunny day that is just the first day of spring, bright, sunny. You see flowers coming up, that kind of feeling and expression. So, with that being said, I want to welcome some of our members, Leaf, Miriam, and Jazz. I appreciate having you with me every single week. And the councils love it because as we combine our energies, we are connecting easier and they are able to connect with us easier. And plus, they show us that even though we're very different people, we all get benefit from wherever we go. Wherever they say, it's to the benefit of humanity as a whole for the best interest of all of us. Now, there is some individual healing also that occurs in these sessions. And we don't really talk about that because it is a private thing, but each one of us heals in a different way. Some of us, something comes up that has been bothering us, and right there in one of those places that we're directed to, we release that. And we are opening a section of ourselves to receive that healing energy that then fills that section, that void where we release that pain, that event, or just whatever is bothering us, whether physical, mental, spiritual, emotional, or even energetic. So, again, welcome everyone. Thank you for your patience. I just wanted to clarify a couple of little points there. And why don't we all close our eyes and just take nice, slow, deep breaths. And just start to feel your connection to Mother Gaia. Let her ground you, let her bring you to a nice, calm state so you could connect deeper with the councils, the light beings that want to speak to us and want to join us and want to help us heal and evolve. Now, they cannot get involved unless we ask, and this is why we're doing this. Because at this moment, by doing this, we are giving them permission and we're asking for help. Again, take a nice, long, deep breath. If you can, breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, as deep and as long as you can. Each one of us has different capabilities from day to day. And I don't want anyone to strain or anything. This is to relax. Now, at this point, even before we're basically starting, I am already seeing Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene, the two mothers that are here to guide us and give us that motherly energy, that guiding, loving energy. They're here for us to not understand that everything will be okay, just to trust and to start looking at things in a more positive way so that our vibrations raise or rise instead of diminishing. Now, if at any point any of our members have anything, please, the, the floor is open now.
I've been getting, not only now, but before we even entered, a vision of, say, ancient Greece or some ancient time. I don't know necessarily the the national origin, but there are 4 braziers surrounding like a courtyard.
Mm-hmm.
And in the middle of it is a treasure chest, for lack of a better descriptor. But within this hall, within this space, there is a gathering of elders and new initiates.
Mm-hmm.
The elders are there certainly to offer the wisdom that they've gathered and garnered through their own experiences, but they're there to guide, to love, to embrace. And the initiates have free rein to ask whatever questions, whatever they're seeking. They will find assurance, they will find a structured set of guidelines, if you will, to answer, to follow on their own journeys.
Yes, I concur with that. Okay. And as we're watching them in their meeting, I'm being told that it's time for us to acknowledge them, to honor them, but we got to start our travels. Is everyone ready?
Mhm.
Okay. 72485. 72485. Now, strangely enough, I feel like we're in, from what I have been able to see and study and all that from Romania, it is like that area. But a long, long, long time ago. It is right now, from what I can see, like a marketplace, for lack of wording. It's a section of the street where you have vendors on both sides, and they have like a supermarket, some fruit, some grains, some already done bread, so on, so on, so on. And, even some type of stuff that I don't even know what it is, but they're all hanging, and it's just, now, strangely enough, there's only the vendors there. And what I am getting is that each one of us could go to a different vendor, get what we need. And in a way, is showing us an example that although we're the same, or we're humans, or we're here for this, each one of us needs a different type of healing, or a different experience at the same time. Now, there is one that wants to speak through me, which I will wait. They asked to speak through me, but they asked for it to be in a couple minutes. I do know that each one of you is choosing a different vendor. I want to say cart because they're all in carts, but different vendor. Now, they also are asking and requesting that we pay attention to what type of vendor and how do we feel with that vendor. So to use your abilities to gather that information, because you may see a vendor with grains, for example, but although you are directed there to go there, you have a lot of grains at home already. You don't need any more grains. You were really looking for some vegetables, for lack of wording. So each one of them is one of the senior masters that we may encounter at one point or another. And each one of them has different knowledge, although about the same thing, different points of view. And each one of us may get something different from each, even though we may visit each and learn from each. And as I am pointing that out, I see, okay, so Leaf,
Yes,
have you picked a vendor yet?
it's a vendor for Atlantean knowledge.
Okay, there you go. Jazz,
I have a spice and herb vendor, and she is a wonderful crone that is motherly in nature, that's willing to teach me how to use the ancient herbs and ancient spices for healing and my work.
Very good.
Mhm.
Miriam?
Yeah, the first I had the herbs, and it was especially was it rosemary. But then I was also attracted to a little corner where there were a lot of crystals for sale, beautiful crystals, and I was absolutely drawn to a beautiful amethyst little a bowl, a hollow inside with these beautiful amethyst crystals in it, in a lovely purple color. And it's also talking about connecting with the divine, with this crystal frequency that we can, yeah, also I hear we have to open up more to what these crystals are helping us to what is this when you have get into a higher frequency?
Ascend?
Yeah, to ascend in a higher frequency with these crystals. There's different working than herbs, and it's more it's direct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Thank you.
it's on our it's going into our basket in our basket for tonight for this evening. Sorry, it's my evening. It's your afternoon.
This
Yes.
evening. So we are seeing that although we're the same and we are sharing this moment, each one of us requires something different at this very moment. That is why each one has gone to a different place, a different vendor. Now, okay, Ashar, it's the best I can pronounce. Ashar. There's more before and more after, but they're allowing me to just say that. Because it's pretty long and I'm not good with names. Anyway, they're going to speak through me right at this second and give us a little gem, as I call it. Hi, everyone. I wish I could explain this as detailed as we have our understanding, but your vocabulary is very limited. And at this very moment, we are all here trying to give you the knowledge, the wisdom, the energy that you need to continue to ascend, to continue to evolve. Now, all that wisdom is starting to be deposited in you to reactivate that knowledge that is already in your DNA, that it is already part of you. Each one of you has worked many, many times together in previous and future lifetimes, in this planet and other planets, in other places in general. You have been to the moon and protected the portal. You have been to Mars and shared in trying to save those entities that were there a long time ago. You have been to Sirius, where your origin, some of you's origin is. We have been to each and every one of the planets together. And it is so wonderful for us that you have reunited in this mission, in this lifetime, which is extremely crucial. Again, we are now activating all that knowledge that you already have within you to raise your vibrations, to take you to a new level, to help you ascend. This exercise just shows you that even though we see you exactly the same, equal in knowledge and wisdom and fortitude and determination and willingness to do this, each and every one of you needs tweaking at a different stage. Now, Leaf, you have been there. You already have that knowledge. All that knowledge of the Aquarius times has been in you and within you. Let that DNA be activated. You may feel chills right now. You may feel tingling. That is our activation of each and every one of you. Jazz, your quest for knowledge of herbs and spices, that is because you have already that within you. Yes, it is good to relearn it in this lifetime because all of you have made the agreement to forget everything you came with. To do this lifetime like a blank canvas, fresh, and to learn your new lessons and help you evolve. And you have come at this moment to learn and help others ascend. Now, Miriam, the color purple, which is divine color, has always been one of your favorite colors from day one, because you have been energetically very connected to the divine. That is why it is a royal color, because humans felt that when they were assigned to a king or a queen position, or just fell into that position, that the divine actually appointed you. Even the leaders way back then, in the very beginning, ancient times, whether they called the divine God or goddess or anything in between, it was always thought that a good leader was sanctioned and basically blessed by the divine. With that purple color, can bring protection, can bring knowledge, and could bring peace and that unconditional love that we all are hoping you receive and feel. Now, if you saw something in the cart, and although that was not the cart that you intended to go to, but you stopped quickly at one place and then continue, remember, hopefully, that one item that you were just staring at that called to you. That may be an item you may need to get to help you reactivate the knowledge, the ancient knowledge that's within you. It is always there. Just need to find it, to go within, to allow and surrender so you can really hear all of us that are trying to help you and guide you. Now it is soon time to continue. And the coordinates are being given to Jazz.
Hmm.
Here now.
What I'm getting right now is a sword, gleaming blue sword that is empowering all of us. And above the speaker just now, there was a amethyst. It's more than an orb, um, more like a amethyst chandelier. It's hard to describe. Um, but the energy level for each person in the gathering area, both the vendors and those of us who are present, charged immensely during that sharing. But coordinate wise, 873-294 turquoise.
Please repeat.
I can't.
873-294
For turquoise.
turquoise. Thank you. My brain worked. I guess it's all that energy. All right, here we go. Just take a nice deep breath as best as you can and exhale. Set your intentions. First, I just want to say that we have in the middle of all of us, we're surrounding this huge crystal where there's turquoise and purple mixed in. It's like quartz type of looking, but those two colors are beautifully mixed in.
And there's a gold seam running between them.
Mhm.
That's very interesting colors there, because the coordinates I was given to go back to my vendor later on and work with him
Mhm.
is 72485 point purple turquoise.
There you go. Thank you for sharing.
Mhm.
Miriam, beautiful how the two colors are integrating, isn't it?
Mhm.
Even though there's two beautiful colors, there's the gold that's between them in this beautiful crystal, gold vein. I believe that is what it's called. And yet, at the very top, you see the two colors just coming together, blending in. And it's almost depends on how you look at it. If you look this way, you see more of the purple. If you look this way, you see more of the turquoise. But yet, there's no gold on the very top. Now, what they're trying to tell me in particular is that I must remember that although one side or the other may be very different, the union of those two sides create a wonderful thing. Something very unique and extraordinary. And it's kind of like the yin and yang signs that we were talking about. Although you can definitely see the white and you can definitely see the black. But what a beautiful symbol it creates. And it shows us that there needs to be both black and white, both sides. And once we unite, we realize that we can basically do anything for humanity. To agree to put our differences aside for the greater good of all of us, the survival of humanity, for us to be able to continue to exist here on earth, where is the perfect classroom. This is one of the, if I don't know of any other place that's as dense as this, that we actually can learn from our adversity and grow if we choose to. This is the reasons we're here. I'm being asked to open the floor, so if anyone has anything to say, I'll just be here in this little corner.
Yeah, right. I am seeing the yin and the yang in the purple and turquoise, but within it is a triangle or prism.
Mm-hmm.
And there are two sides to there's a top and a bottom to that prism. And it's all starting to spin. And as it spins, energy goes out and in and out and in and out further and further. As the colors blend, in the speed of which it's spinning, it becomes white. And it's the God seed within it that is emanating forth from that symbol, from that image, from each of us, because each of us are components of that yin and yang.
Mm-hmm. Very observant, thank you. And again, for those that are here with us, whether you catch it live or you catch it later on, just set your intentions and just surrender so you can experience all this. Now, it's very interesting because you know that I walk with a staff, basically, big, large, for me, walking stick. And the other day, someone acknowledged that I had turquoise on the top orb, and at the very bottom, it was a very purple orb shining right through. I believe what they were trying to do is to show us ahead of time that we can already see this. We can already see opposites trying to unite because they realize we need to work together. We need to somehow come to some agreement so we can all benefit. The greater of us, if not all, benefit. Now, Miriam, you picked a beautiful card from earlier today. Explain that card for those that were not privy to see it, but to our audience, basically.
Yeah. This beautiful card is actually showing us that everything here in our dimension where we think we are on our own, that all the opposites are together making the whole thing. So anything that is we have right, we have good and bad, of course, and cold and warm. But they are all in one as a whole. Everything exists in the whole as one. So anytime we see something that is where we meet a person or we feel that it is contrary to what we are, that actually by uniting we become whole. It is all these opposites are always one in a total. It is so important that uh, we start feeling that it's making us complete when we embrace the opposite parts in us, in ourselves, and everywhere we meet opposites. It is instead of pushing it away, because that is what we were doing from our ego mind, but from our real selves, we know that it makes us more, that it's make us whole when we connect. So I think that in this time it is that we are ready for this new total embrace of the embracing the opposites in in politics. It's so important that we do this and that we suddenly see the fun of it, the joy of it.
Mhm.
I mean, what is if we start laughing that
Mhm.
that it is amazingly funny to dance with the one that you thought you should push away, huh?
Mhm.
And if you can have elections where you start dancing with the ones you thought you were
Mhm.
the other party, and we have to do the same here in Europe. We have to embrace all these uh, yeah, what we think opposite parties. It's as soon as we see these are all humans and we are all making it a beautiful dance. If we start dancing together, a symphony with all these voices, wow, that makes such, yeah, makes another place, this earth. So actually that is what this card is telling me.
Thank you for sharing. To those that are not able to see it, like the rest of us, were very fortunate to receive that ahead of time.
Yeah, it has also beautiful symbols. It has the I can it's from the Osho cards, and
Mhm.
I can read it. It's beautiful. Integration. The conflict is in man. Unless it is resolved there, it cannot be resolved anywhere else. The politics is within you. It is between the two parts of the mind. A very small bridge exists. If that bridge is broken through some accident, through some psychological defect or something else, the person becomes split. The person becomes two persons. And the phenomenon of schizophrenia or split personality happens if the bridge is broken, and the bridge is very fragile. Then you become two. You behave like two persons. In the morning, you are very loving, very beautiful. In the evening, you are very angry, absolutely different. You don't remember your morning. How can you remember? Another mind was functioning, and the person becomes two persons. If this bridge is strengthened so much that the two minds disappear as two and become one, then integration, then crystallization arises. It's the yin and the yang coming together.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That is beautiful.
And it is the meeting of the male and the female within, the
Mhm,
meeting of yin and yang, the meeting of the left and right, the
mhm.
meeting of logic and illogic. Yeah.
Very true.
And it is
Wonderful.
the symbol of self-creation, new life, and mystical union. And it is also known as alchemy.
Mhm. Thank you for sharing. All right. Take one last look at the crystal. Grab as much energy as you can. Just take those deep breaths. Just allow that energy to flow around you, spirally in you. And we're going back to the meeting with the ancient civilizations, ancient place. We have the starting, getting wisdom from those who have been around for a long, long time or since forever. If you realize, by the way, the coordinates is 432 to be there. And if you realize, you will see the elders handing the new ones writings, scrolls. And this is not only symbolic of helping other generations pass the knowledge, but also new beginnings, because the new ones will bring not only that knowledge that they're given, but their new perspective. So it's civilizations rising and beginning new in a new, orderly, and hopefully joined, like a yin and yang joined together, merging as one instead of individually, fighting. And I don't mean fighting, but doing whatever they need to do to continue to ascend and become one, united, and realize that that word oneness is real, that the meaning and the action of that word is what has kept us going all this time, that has kept Earth with humans on it all this time. Because Earth existed way before humans came into life. And if we're not careful, it's going to continue existing way after we're gone. We're just transient. We're just here to use Mother Gaia and Earth as a classroom. And we're here to receive that knowledge and let it activate and list some of the knowledge reactivate. Now, as you can see, now they're starting to pass scrolls and knowledge to each and every one of us. I want you to extend your hand and grab the scroll that will be given to you. And at that moment, say thank you. And I don't know about you, but I'm starting to feel that energy already come through my arm. Now just allow that, not for lack of wording, those vibrations to just flow through your body. And just basically say to yourself, I surrender. I want to be reignited with the wisdom that I have had but forgotten. And let them reignite that knowledge and wisdom. And we're given 2 of our minutes of our time to let that energy just flow. And you can see that the scroll is actually getting smaller, like our body is absorbing all of the knowledge. So there is no need to keep that scroll any longer. It's like we put it all down in the scroll in between lives or something, and we decided to then just reactivate it now while we're still living. And I am getting a message that to start paying attention. You will see turquoise and purple a lot. And that's just their way of reminding you of today's session. Let things just go. Let things come to you. Allow yourself to receive and give that knowledge that is given to you once more. Anyone else have something to say? Okay. Leave anything? Yes.
The the purple and the turquoise are the yin and the yang. The purple is the yin, the turquoise the yang. And the gold running through it keeps them separate until it's time for them to unite. And the crystal is a repository for the yin and the yang. They live together. They're always close together. They're always nearby. And it's when time is ready that they merge. The gold becomes thin, and they can merge. But there's always that repository, and the yin holds the blueprints, if you will, the DNA, unactivated DNA, and when the yin and the yang come together, that DNA becomes activated and three-dimensional beings, well, beings of any sort, it doesn't have to be three-dimensional, come into being depending on what DNA sequence gets activated.
Okay, thank you. Miriam, anything to add?
Yeah, you find it everywhere in these symbols,
Mm-hmm.
wherever you look. So maybe you start looking and recognizing it everywhere in nature.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Jazz?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. With this being said, they want us now to depart. So let's go down to our zeros. Nice and slow. Don't go too fast. Don't go too fast. Don't go too fast. Just slow it down. Take a nice deep breath. As breath as you can. I'd like to say thank you to everyone here, to our members, Leave Miriam Jazz, to those that are watching and joining us every week. If you have any questions, again, just send me an email, a message. You could catch me at glendasmagicalcreations.com, and you could contact me right there or any social media. And even on YouTube, if you watch this on YouTube, you could contact me there too. All right. With all this, we thank you. Many blessings, and we love you. Till next time. Bye.